In this lesson, we'll begin creating the interior of the mouth. So the fact that we're creating a mouth on our character means that we're going to need to create also the inside of the mouth, at least some simple geometry to kind of block out the light and so that we can see that there's something inside there. So let's go ahead and select these edges. And so we'll go ahead and select all the edges around the mouth. Okay, around the inside loop basically. And so currently these edges are defining sort of the thickness of the lip. So let's go ahead and extrude those back into the face. Okay, and let's go ahead and scale those up so we can give the lip a little bit of shape. So as it comes back into the mouth, you can see the lip will kind of curve around and create a little bit of shape. Now we just need to create this sort of opening here for our teeth and our tongue to go into. So we'll again go in and extrude that back. Okay, and I'm just going to continue to kind of scale it up a little bit. Move it back into the face. We can also, if we want to scale it in the Z, we can kind of straighten that out a little bit as we go. So we'll go ahead and do another extrude. Again, straight back. This time maybe we can kind of straighten that up a little bit. Okay, at any time we can come in and modify the individual points. So go in here and select those points and just kind of smooth it out a little bit, because this is kind of going to be the inside of our mouth, so the roof of the mouth. And if you wanted to model all of the gums and the roof of the mouth and everything, if you're going to get really detailed, you can do that. For this character, no need to do that. So we just want to create some geometry to kind of close off this mouth. And so I'm just going to go in and just kind of smooth things out a little bit. Okay. Maybe move some of these points up a bit. Making sure to keep those points on the origin. Okay, along that line. We'll go back to our edge, and let's go ahead and just select those edges again, and we'll continue to extrude that down. And the goal is to get it down to where it's kind of curving down into the neck. So go ahead and continue to extrude that, and we can only go so far really at this point. And it's going to become much easier when we actually mirror this head over and attach that to the other side. That's going to make it much easier to really quickly create that going down into the neck. But if we were to go ahead, because you can see if we just scale this, it's going to actually scale these points off of the center line, which is not really what we want. So in order to do some shaping here, it's really up to kind of going in and selecting the different points and modifying those points while leaving alone that point in the center. So we can get a little bit of the geometry added at this point, but it's really going to come down to when we're going to go in and mirror this across to really refine this. So I know that I want, when the teeth come in, I want these lips to kind of come up and around the teeth. So I'm just going to move the points here up a little bit. And let's just move those up. All right. And again, if you want to preview what that looks like smooth, you can always hit 3 on your keyboard to activate our smooth mesh preview. Okay, so I'll just kind of smooth that out. Again, we're not really going to see inside here other than just from out here seeing a little bit of something in there. So we want to just kind of close that off. And so let's go ahead and just maybe do one more at this point before we let it go, and then just wait until we've got this mirrored over to the other side. So we'll go ahead and select those edges, and let's go ahead and extrude those out. Okay. And if you wanted to start to kind of move that down, you could do that. And then you can again go in and edit your points there if you want to do that. So maybe open that up a little bit, because this is really the center of our mouth, so we might want to go ahead and open that up. So something like that. And just bring that across. And then we've got kind of the beginnings of our mouth interior. Okay, and you can see that having this as half, it provides us with some advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that we can very clearly see the geometry here on the side. The disadvantages, it makes working with this geometry and making that sort of pipe going down, it makes it a little bit harder. You can certainly do it, but I'm going to actually wait and to finish this until we get this mirrored across, and that'll make things go a little bit quicker. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is to go ahead and start to add some extra geometry inside the mouth, things like the teeth and the tongue. So we'll go ahead and look at how we can start to do that in the next lesson.